Vids, and we're back for some more Witcher. And last time, we successfully took down one of the Water Lords, or maybe he was technically a false Water Lord. I don't know. But anyways, we took down him, and we also met, I think, the first group of elves ever that don't completely despise us. So that was a bit of a surprise. But I'm also realizing that apparently there is a cave here. So, I have no idea what's down here. Let's check it out. Oh. Oh. Here I was thinking this might have been one of the many crypts. Or some equivalent thereof.
I'm returning to the Blue Mountains.
Oh, okay. Don't let me stop you. But in fact, this appears to be a peaceful cave. With sleeping elves.
I'm so hungry.
That's also a really cool helmet you have there. I do wonder if there's anything else over here. Or is it truly just a tiny little cave? It would do. Oh. That probably answers our question right there. And I was thinking this might be actually the place where they were hiding at night when we walked by here earlier. We did go past this area, or general area, when we first set foot on this new country? Whatever you call this place that is not Vizima or still Temeria? I don't know. But anyways, so the elves wanted us to pick up a little bit of bread for them. Quite frankly, I feel like we might have that. Or not. I mean, I suspect we probably have it in our stash of town. That should be pretty easy for us to pick up for them. And we did, of course, actually meet, or, well, we met the Fisher King last time. Long ago, what am I saying? When we first set foot here in this new land, we met him. However, we finally got him to speak for the first time, is what I meant to say. Because he was just communicating with grunts in the past, and somehow that did kind of sort of work. Well, also, maybe I should actually look at the map. This year I am thinking that I know where I'm headed, and I'm realizing I don't. Naiad is over there. Oh, I do need to talk to the Naiad still. But, Naiad, Dryad, yeah. I know we were debating as to which one it was last time around. Apparently it's Naiad. Yeah, I'll probably need to talk to her off video, off recording, or you want to phrase it. We'll head back to town because I think after having resolved, theoretically, conflict between the Vodianoi and the humans, that may actually mean that that quest line and everything related to it is more or less done at this point after we successfully took down Dagon. Dragon without the R, okay? The false Water Lord dude. So, I don't think we've spoken to anyone in town since then. Makes me a little curious as to what their reaction might be. I mean, Julian has been kind of strange in that seemingly whenever we have something big to report to him, he's just like, yeah, oh, yeah, my wife, or soon-to-be wife, is actually a wraith, and she's possibly undead, maybe cursed. Maybe there's a chance we can undo that, but yes, okay. No big deal. Alright, so I thought there was a person who is the baker. Pretty sure there is. But, so that would be like the easy way. Just buy a few loaves of bread and we're basically done right there. At least with the elf stuff. Give them some food. But I suspect that we have enough loaves of bread, or at least some loaves of bread, stashed in the inn. And so, I mean, like, if we have it, then why would we pay for it, right? Granted, it's probably like 20 orens. I think the elves actually gave us the money for it, too. So they were pretty nice in that regard, because everyone else seems to just say, yeah, buy this for me, and I'm not going to give you the money to do it, so it's on... It's coming out of your wallet.
Okay. One thing.
Right.
Yes?
I'd like to know... Red. How much of it do we have? Here I was, trying to hover over the bread, and I accidentally hovered over toxin. I was like, oh, what? I don't think that's what we mean to give them. I think it's 5. And why not? Oh. Yep. There's confirmation. I was going to say why not take more just in case, but it seems as though that is all we need.
Turbulent times.
Julian as well, while we're over here, why don't we talk to you?
Geralt?
See, like, this is what I mean.
Farewell.
Supposedly, you're the leader of the humans here. We just got rid of what you were trying to say was the most significant conflict in town, and yet you have nothing to say about it. Yes, obviously you were at least, about to get married, but it seemed like you were saying, no, I'll put the conflict between the humans and the Varinoi first. And yet, that doesn't really seem to be the case. You don't want to talk about that stuff. I forget what specifically it was in the past, but we recently had something else very similar to that, where we had a pretty significant update, and he didn't have anything to say about it. So I'm going to go this way for a second here as well, because I am remembering that we can turn in that thing on our left knee. I believe we do here, if I remember correctly. And it should be worth, something?
Beastie Beta?
You gotta stop, man. Enough with that nickname.
I'm here about the notice.
I'm not sure if
What
that's
do you
actually...
mean?
Nothing yet.
Oh.
Is it still valid?
It is.
Okay. Technically, it was not a notice. Hold on. Come back.
Beast.
Maybe you're the person we should really be asking about this.
How are things between you and the Vodianoi? Everything all right?
Well, I hope. But you can never be certain with fish people.
Any work for a witcher?
A creature looking like a fish with legs appears by the lake. They say the crypt in the fields is home to a beast. It has huge teeth, resembles a dead mother-in-law.
Any reward for these creatures?
Bring proof, and I'll be generous.
We do have
I
that.
killed the fishman.
Dear gods, what is it? Take your 800 orange
Whoa.
and remove that nasty thing.
Hey,
Farewell.
pretty hefty sum. Seems good to me. That might have actually doubled how many orans we have right now. It basically did. So that's cool. Ugh. We did also purchase / craft a red sword with the blacksmith last time. I think that was last time. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it did cost 1,000 orans, which I wasn't really expecting to be the case. So that did take a pretty steep chunk out of our wallet. Now, let's take another look at what we technically have left here, because we have the armor is something that we only recently have started to pursue, and it's still a little bit of a mystery to me as to why we absolutely must do this. But, obviously, if we get powerful armor that we can actually use, then certainly not against it. However, this, I think, is probably the direction in which we might want to go this time around, where we now have the mirror. We need to go back and... Nope, I did correct that. Thank you. It'll be in the fields. And hopefully this means we can answer some of our questions as to is... Not the right way, is it? That's the right way? That's the right way. Answer some of our questions as to whether is Alina truly gone for good? Or is there actually a way to bring her back? Is it a curse? Or is she pretty truly gone. Because, well, I was gonna pick some of those flowers, but I think we're good. Because we were sending a lot of mixed signals, and we were hearing a lot of mixed signals from other people. But I don't really know what to make of it. So your guess is as good as mine. Also, hello, Alvin. Glad to see that you're here to watch us as we, once again, have a rather, or at least what I'm assuming will be, a rather disturbing encounter with wraiths, rather than tagging along while we're in town, doing much more peaceful things. Nope, come on. I wanted to hit you with the sign. Much quicker to take down when I can hit you with the sign. Alright. Now, the blacksmith's wife wanted us to give her these, the shimmering dusts, in that quest line in which she was, well, asking us to basically stop her husband from cheating on her. However, her quest reward, I don't think was actually all that great, whereas her husband's sounded like it was better. Although I think her husband was going to give us red meteorite, and now we've made a red meteorite sword, so maybe that's not so necessary after all. So basically what I was getting at was, it seemed as though we, although had the materials, pass in the stuff for the blacksmith's wife's quest, it seemed as though, at least originally, we were thinking it would be better for us to wait, get the stuff for the blacksmith himself, and turn his quest in instead, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be one or the other. But maybe, as it turns out, we don't need the blacksmith's quest reward as much as I had originally thought. Your hair. And therefore, Alvin. Therefore, maybe we can actually turn this one in. The blacksmith's wife. But also, Alvin, just stay back there, man. Just stay back there. Alright. Fingers crossed here.
Come with me.
Alina, gaze in the mirror.
Helena?
Take a good
Frozen.
look.
It's...
Not sure if that's a good sign or not.
So romantic.
I am Helena. I must hurry. I am to marry soon.
You were.
Alina, you're dead.
Why do you say so? I feel wonderful. If a trifle cold.
Strange. It's hot as hell.
I must gather raspberries for my beloved.
Yeah.
Why did Alina's soul refuse to leave? I can sense her happiness now that she's thinking about her wedding. She doesn't know she's a ghost.
Maybe Nehelenia's mirror is not enough to break the curse.
I heard a story of a Noon Wraith who wouldn't wed a Nilfgaardian, but I don't remember how it ended.
A legend, you say? Maybe I should ask those who know folk wisdom. I promised Julian I'd free his beloved.
Geralt, do you love someone?
Sure.
That's none of your business.
I know. You love Triss.
And we did kind of give her a ring, so I'd like to believe that means we feel that way about her, but I have some reservations given how it seems like she's constantly looking to use us and is rather deceptive and seemingly always putting herself before us. Also, not entirely sure where we're headed right now in the fields. Are we going the right way? We appear to be going the right way, but also, what do we actually need to do here? Sounded like we were supposed to talk to Julian. Gave the mirror to the Noon Wraith. She stopped attacking me. I guess that's a plus. Seems to remember who she used to be, also a plus. Wasn't enough to put her to rest, though. I need to investigate further. Aren't there any shortcuts to this folktale? I feel like there were some books, or at least a book, that told us something similar, or well, something along these lines. And at the time, we probably thought, well, this just doesn't appear to say anything all that significant. Why would we care about a random story about some, well, I don't remember the specifics, but what seemed like something that did not directly tie to anything that we were doing at the time. But now it may be that, in truth, there is a book that is a little more valuable to us than we had originally thought. Maybe I'm just kind of lumping several books that fall into that category together. We haven't actually read this one. Maybe we've seen it, but we haven't picked it up. Because there were a few that we saw the description and we thought, I mean, it's not clear as to what exactly the use of said book is. That's basically what I'm getting at there, is maybe one of those that we thought didn't have much purpose in truth. It's meant to help us with this, or maybe someone will just tell us what the deal is, and we won't need to read.
I don't know how to help Alina's soul pass on.
Sorry.
I can't think about this. My poor Alina. I'm sure she suffers terribly. Maybe you should get the advice of the knowing. Talk to a witch or the Lady of the Lake.
Does seem like a pretty good idea. I was just thinking of that as we were deciding to talk to you instead. So, I wonder if they would each give us different answers as to what we're supposed to do next to help bring her back, or do something. It does seem like, based on what Geralt was saying there, that she is not exactly coming back to life. But, yeah, if they do give us different answers, I would think that Lady of the Lake would probably be a little more, well, on the positive side. Whereas, you know, you are technically a witch, healer lady, and so that probably means that you're a little more likely to give us some pretty weird, dark magic-y stuff that seems to me as though it might be more likely to backfire on us, but we'll see if we can talk to both of you, potentially.
How do I send Alina's spirit into the beyond?
Alina acquired a relatively rare and powerful
Yeah, but
artifact,
we use that.
Nehelenia's mirror. Nehelenia's mirrors primarily served prophets and oracles, for they foretold the future. Alina oft turned to her mirror for advice.
Alina loved the mirror, but she doesn't believe she's dead and wants to prepare for her wedding.
Yeah, about
You've
that.
innocent blood on your hands.
Oh.
So you cannot help Alina's spirit.
Oh.
Whose blood?
The blood of Abigail, the soothsayer from the outskirts.
What?
I see.
The dead only hear the dead. A sacrifice is needed.
Aww.
You know who is prepared to make the ultimate sacrifice?
Whoa there. Must find Adam and tell him the dead can only hear the dead. I must convince Julian to release Adam. Sounds like the game has made up its mind for me. That Adam is the answer? I'm still curious as to what the Lady of the Lake might say, so I do kind of want to stop by her, pay her a visit, and what is the quickest way doing that? I think it's actually this way. Because, like, this is kind of what I meant. The witch, maybe not so surprisingly, is asking us to do a human sacrifice, which, you know, if we can avoid that, that's probably a good thing. So, if the Lady of the Lake has any alternatives, I'm all ears. Preferably one that does not involve someone sacrificing themselves. So we'll see. There's a chance that she just gives us the same answer. I hope she doesn't. But it feels like it's at least worth verifying. This guy just doesn't go away, does he? Sorry, dude. Not even anything I can do about it. Okay, so... I mean, what are the chances of this actually giving us something new to consider? I have no idea. But it feels like it's worth a shot. Just in case. Oh, the other thing I was wondering about was, excuse me, the witch was accusing us of the witch's death back from way out in the outskirts of Vizima, back in chapter 1? Which, I don't remember exactly how we left it, but I mean, we kind of tried to give her a fair trial, and just so happened that the people in the outskirts of Vizima decided that a fair trial meant, well, taking matters into their own hands and attacking her. But we didn't directly tell them to do that. So, that seems a little iffy to me. Also, can we not go through here? It seems a little iffy to me for you to just throw all that blame on us. It's not like we told them, hey, go out there and go crazy and take her out. Also, where's the Lady of the Lake? Was over here. There were basilisks here. Huh? There are still dragons. But notably, several Lady of the Lake and the basilisks plural, are not here, which is a little confusing to me. So, I mean, sure, I'll fight this guy because he's here, and I do want to explore at least a little bit further. I kind of assumed that she was just going to be hanging out here where she always was. Don't know if technically we've talked to her about everything that we need to talk to her about, and therefore she's no longer here and will cease to be here at all. Seems a little harsh, though. Does that have something to do with the time of day? Don't remember if we had gone to visit her only in the day or only at night. We definitely saw her during the day. I don't remember if we ever saw her at night. And I see, looks like it's getting a little bit late. Early evening. Wouldn't necessarily have thought that would be a deal breaker. But maybe I thought wrong. It's currently 6:30. I mean, you were definitely right there earlier, so it's not like we haven't gone far enough, unless you truly ventured halfway across the island, which just seems a little peculiar to me. So, yeah. Could be that after talking to the witch, we're technically no longer able to talk to the Lady of the Lake. That just by... Oh, did I see her there? Saw something. She's there! Ooh, she's at the altar. Okay. Good thing that we checked. Because, yeah, if in fact we can avoid human sacrifice, then I would like to. Oh, and is this the Bodyanoi priest that we saw at the altar earlier, or is this a different one? I don't know.
Yes?
Okay.
Milady, do you approve?
You
What?
slew the bloody divinity Dagon and brought the races together in peace. I am content.
Good.
I believed it the best choice.
Yes?
Okay.
Farewell.
Seems as though you don't have anything else to say. Not after the witch, so... If there was another option, then it seems like we have prevented ourselves from seeing it, which does
Farewell.
make me a little disappointed in that, because if I had to choose between the two of them, couldn't at least see what both of them would ask me to do, then I would have preferred to have gone with the Lady of the Lake, because like I said, I was thinking that she would probably be less likely to ask us to do things like along the lines of dark magic is basically what it sounds like the witch is asking us to do. So, disorienting. Also, okay, there's our boat. So yeah, I would be very curious to know if there is in fact an alternative that the Lady of the Lake would have given us, or maybe alternative is a strong word because that suggests that we would still have the option of taking one or the other, but an entirely different route that we would have learned about had we asked the Lady of the Lake first, and we just never would have heard about the human sacrifice option that the witch was proposing. Or maybe I'm just making more out of it than there is. And turns out that no matter who you speak to, they tell you that it's what you need to do. Could be. Could be. Do we... Oh, while we're over here, I was going to say, do we have anything that we need to do? And I would say the answer to that is yes. We do have those elves that we can speak to. Because we do have their bread. Does look like... is that... Yeah, that's them. Maybe it's not quite late enough for them to all go into the cave, but I'm a little surprised, because yeah, like I was saying, I think the first time we were here, we walked right by this room. I mean, it was night, pretty sure, so that's why I think they might go into the cave at night.
Yes?
I bought bread.
I mean,
I'm
technically,
pleased we
we
didn't
didn't
misplace our
buy
trust.
it, but we had it. So, not only did we not spend the 20 ords because we already had the bread, we do have 5 loaves, so that just feels mean.
Here, 5 loaves.
Also, apparently, you're our friend anyway?
Moments like these make me think we can end this spiral of hatred and accept each other as we are.
Ooh. I don't know. 2 loaves of bread? Bread won't save the elves from starving? Sounds like you need a little more than that?
Yes?
You need plenty of food.
You mentioned we met.
Except that's not
I'm
really
glad-
gonna answer that question.
Well,
I mean, I'm kind of curious if there's anything else the quest log will tell us that we ought to do to help these people. I mean, there are, of course, other people here. Maybe one of you has a similar sort of quest where you'll ask us to bring
Good you're
more
here.
food?
need help?
No charity, please.
A game of dice, then?
I won't take charity.
Oh,
I once ran a tavern. I'd skin you.
yes, and you did not give us the option to back out of this. I do remember that. Can we? Oh, but we can do that. We've already faced you. I don't remember if we won or lost. But there were also people in here, and... I mean, that just seems strange that the game would say, like, hey, they're definitely still gonna starve, and not give you a way to help them. Also, I was gonna say, why are we stuck here and not able to walk forward? I know you can't tell, but I'm trying to move forward. Answer is, there's a really well-hidden pile of sticks right there. Fantastic trap.
Begone, Dwan.
I've brought food.
What's that?
See? Can we bring more food?
I spit on your charity.
Be reasonable. You need food. I want to help.
Help? No. You want to demonstrate superiority by throwing food at me as if I were wild. Cease your patronizing, human.
I'm not patronizing you. When I went hungry, I received help from unexpected sources.
I don't need your pity.
You elves will never change. You ignore the obvious. A beggar, even when arrogant, remains unimpressive, even ridiculous.
So, you've come to laugh, to marvel at freaks.
Now I'm angry.
You speak of anger. You. I would beat you so hard you'll remember me. You.
Calm
Really?
down. It'll be all right.
Okay. Somehow this has turned into something that we will need to blur. Well, actually, I mean, probably not, but I probably will anyway. And I still don't know where that leaves us. Rather confused.
Begone, Dwan. I cannot wait to fight.
Yeah, you just seem like kind of digging your own grave here.
I can go no further.
I've brought food.
We must now accept charity from Dwan.
See, other people will take it. Oh, we did actually give her a pair. We had 5 before. So okay, she did accept 1. That makes a little more sense. I was gonna say, if she was being all dramatic, like, no, I can't accept anything from you, and then didn't accept anything after all, but suddenly was kind of the stuff that we need to blur, then that would be kind of
Nice
strange.
gesture, but you consider this sating? Fruit increases the appetite. Meat is what I need to live.
I see.
Excuse me? My bad. We probably have some.
Nice.
I see.
Also, apparently,
I've brought food.
We must now accept.
assuming you are probably thinking the same thing. I mean, for me. Because I don't think I have anything else at the moment.
Do humans find that amusing?
Sorry. I'll come back with... Probably still have chicken and pork and all that stuff stashed away at the inn. It'd be rather convenient if we didn't have to go all the way back to get it. But you guys are not making this easy. Being all high and mighty, no, how dare you give us fruit and pears? I don't want that. Whoa! Okay, again, not a bird. That is, in fact, a dragon. Hello. Nice to meet you, too. Have we seen this? Not sure if we've seen this. Maybe we have. Since it appears as though this is not showing up on our map. Maybe... I don't know. Did we already know about that? I feel like we probably did. Don't specifically remember it. It's not like it's that far from the path, though. Yes, our old friend. And our other old friend. Yeah, I don't think we have anything to talk to you about. So we'll head back, we'll pick up our, let's see, some meat for the elves. That's not really the primary thing we're looking to do. Remind me what the primary thing we're looking to do is? Something that I'm sure I will remember upon stepping into town. Right? Maybe? Maybe not? Oh, the human sacrifice thing. Also, elves are proud beings with fiery temperaments, but they can't take care of themselves. It's a good thing they find those who bring them food once in a while. Okay, so... yeah, that. Okay. So it seems like, for both those things, we will need to head back to the inn. Although I think I'm okay with turning in the quest to the blacksmith's wife. Because I don't think we need the red meteorite nearly as much as I originally thought.
Master Witcher?
Hello?
I have the glimmering dust.
Finally! I'll make my husband an amulet to repel the succubus. The herb manual as agreed.
Farewell.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, confirmed. We have already read it. So, yeah, in that case, I think the blacksmith himself was going to give us the option of taking either the red meteorite or just a flat 600 Orin reward. So I think that, technically speaking, the flat 600 Orin reward would have been better. Because, technically speaking, what we're going to end up doing with this book is probably just reselling it, because we've already read it. And it will not be worth 600 Orins. I can be fairly certain of that. Maybe that would have been the buying price, but it certainly will not be the selling price. So, yeah, I mean, we don't have the stuff to turn in the blacksmith's quest, only the stuff to turn in the blacksmith wife's quests. So, yeah, I mean, for the sake of just finishing that one up, I'm okay with it. Where is everyone? But obviously, it's not the most efficient. At least not the most lucrative of options. Where's the actual innkeeper? Because although you will let me stay the night, you will not allow me to access my stuff, I don't think. Double check. Pretty sure that's true.
I have a question.
Ask.
What's special about
Murky.
Unless that was it.
Like-
Nope. 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 I
Bodhi
An
just
eight-
kind of
tell
want
me.
to skip this conversation. Kind of looking for your partner in crime, who is nowhere to be found, who is the only one who will let me access my goods.
Geralt?
I need to speak with Adam if I am to save Alina.
He's under house arrest, but you can speak with him. Take this key.
Okay.
Farewell.
That still seems like that's a little too straightforward. And also, maybe we can make up for that lack of money that we got. We'll fight these guys quickly, I think. That way, I mean, it's not gonna quite equal the difference that we would have, or the, incremental coins that we would have gained had we turned in the blacksmith rather than the blacksmith wife's quest.
Indeed.
But
No challenge?
it at least makes up a little bit for that difference.
No challengers.
And
Fight like a man.
theoretically, I think gives us a little bit of experience to go along with it, so maybe if you put a coin value on that experience, then you might be able to say that in the end it's close to equivalent. I mean, still probably not really, but it at least covers some of that ground. Kind of, sort of. In a different way. So that was 100. These will be 50. So in total, what, we get like 220 coins if we fight all these guys successfully, I think? Book we resell, I'm guessing we'll probably be able to resell for about 60 coins. So, in sum, we'll end up with maybe roughly half the amount of coins that we would have gotten had we turned in the quest with the blacksmith himself. In other words, we're losing about 300 orens. Yeah, it's like a 300 oren convenience fee. Suppose I'll take it. Not like I'm about to reload the save and make sure that we can turn in the other one, so I think we'll be fine. We have enough coins right now that I think we'll still be in decent shape. We bought the most expensive thing in town already, so it's not like we're saving up for anything big at the moment. That being the sword. So even if we run into any of those quests that seem to ask us to pay a bit, and we have already run into a few of those. Forget which one it was, but there's something we had to pay 100 orens for, I think. And back in Zima in the trade quarter, we had to pay 500 orens for Blue-Eyed Girl quest, so I don't expect anything to go any higher than that. And this will bring us to about 2,000, so we'll be in good shape. I think you're the last one that we're actually allowed to fight, and the other ones here just talk trash. If I remember correctly.
Okay. We'll see.
Excuse me? The weird thing is, the guys who are technically supposed to be the weaker fist fighters tend to always be the more difficult. So you got 1 or 2 hits on us, which I think is more than any of the other ones got. And obviously they pay the least, so you could almost make a case that it's best to just fight the big names, get the lots of coins off of them, then just leave after that. But yeah, after that we're sitting on how many? Just over 2,000, so I think that's pretty good. And oh, right, I do remember where we're supposed to go next. We're supposed to talk to Adam, who was over here. I was wondering if we were gonna have to go through scary fields in the darkness. Fortunately, I don't think so. But there was also... Yeah, what time? Curiosity? Time? There were those people, or the ghosts or whatever they were that were attacking the bridge that we tried to stop by at night to see what the deal was there, but we didn't see them. So I was wondering if maybe that was worth potentially giving a quick look here. Except, ooh. Oh, fairy tales and stories. That sounds like what we were saying we needed to hear about. Figure out what to do next with Alina. Just ignore the fact that he has flint in his plant base. So we had read one of these about balance, but this one may actually be meaningful for this quest. Then the fairy said to the Witcher, "I will tell you what to do. Put on a pair of iron shoes, pick up an iron staff, walk in the iron shoes to the end of the world, pat the ground before you with the staff, and sprinkle it with tears. Walk through fire and water, do not stop, do not look back. And when your shoes wear out, and when the iron staff shatters, when the wind and the heat dry your eyes so that you cannot shed another tear, then you will reach the world's end. You will have found what you seek, you will have found what you seek, what you love." Okay, that doesn't make a ton of sense to me grammatically, but that's beside the point. Perhaps. And so the Witcher walked through fire and water without looking back, but he took neither the iron shoes nor the staff. He took only his Witcher's sword. He did not heed the words of the fairy. And that's a good thing, because she was an evil fairy. Okay. Tells us about mages, apparently. Maybe it's also a bit of a hint that the recommendations that we're taking might not be the best idea to follow all that closely, which is kind of what I was suspecting, so we'll have to take what the witch said with a bit of a grain of salt.
Yes?
Or a tablespoon of salt. So, I mean, like this too, but mostly
Would you
this.
like to help Alina?
I dream of nothing else.
She can only hear poets and the dead. And you're no poet.
I know what to do. Thank you.
If you can help Alina do so, I'll explain to Julian somehow.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's very weird. Let's follow Adam to the fields. What did that say? Prevent him from doing something? Uh-oh. Hold on. Where'd he go? Uh-oh. Let's read this. Prevent him from doing anything stupid. I already lost track of him. That is a bad sign. Does he technically teleport straight to the fields? Or has he already escaped me? Because if the latter, then we're in trouble. Theoretically, the fields are this way? Feel like we would see him at this stage? Sure that I'm not making that up. This is her to do. On slightly the wrong path, but I think we're still generally the right idea. Let's make sure that this guy... Oh. I don't really know what preventing him from doing stupid really means. I mean, in the past, I was kind of expecting it to be the type of thing where, kind of like Vesna Hood way back in the outskirts of the Zima, or probably a few other occasions where we needed to defend those pedestrians, prevent them from getting killed, that we may or may not have had much success with. Alvin's here. Also, this is the terrifying music. There is Adam. This seems like it is probably worth saving for this. Because, you know... Sorry, Adam, but I don't have the most faith in you. I don't have the most confidence that you're not going to do something... Oh, stupid. Here are the Devourers that we theoretically could have fought. Heck, that was possibly The weird monkey dudes? Okay, so those devourers are the enemies that would give us the stuff, namely this right here, the shadow dust, that we would have liked to have given to the blacksmith, but I swear I'm over it. Totally over it. This way. Okay. It's not quite where Lena is. Also, there is a devourer creeping up behind you, but never mind that.
Oh,
What's the knife for?
I'm a talentless farmer, a terrible poet, and a weak man. I've no place in this world.
You're not a bad man, and you can change.
I cannot live knowing that my beloved has become a monster. I'll save Alina.
Adam, no.
Yeah. I mean, isn't this kind of what we were asking him to do? Also, oh, hello, Lena. Is that not what we were basically asking him to do?
Is that you?
It is I, my love.
I can see you, my dear Adam. So you must be dead.
Okay, apparently this is a well-established fact.
I couldn't live knowing you must wander deprived of feelings. I mean, as a noon wraith.
Now I know I love you more than life itself.
Okay.
I love
Pretty
you,
weird.
Micah, with all my heart.
It's such a classic fairy tale love story.
Until I am avenged.
What?
I have avenged your sister's crime, Alina. We can go now together into eternity.
I mean, maybe, but also, like, you know, avenging people by killing other people
Damn
is...
this romance.
Yeah, maybe not so great after
Get
all.
involved. Stick my neck out on some principle.
What? What is happening here?
Get involved. Don't play the wandering knight. Don't do law enforcers' work for them. That's what they drummed into my head. Maybe I should have made an exception.
And yes, but did we have any choice in the matter? Also, that was kind of terrifying. Time to see Julian and bring this tale to a close. Whoa! Apparently you were rich. But also, yeah, Alvin, I'm sorry, man. I wish we didn't have to do these things to you. Also, how the heck do we get back to town? Exactly the way we are headed. I mean, quote-unquote, bring this tale to a close. I don't know if that's just a bad metaphor for the whole fairy tale thing, or is that actually an indication that after turning this in, we will not be able to do other things here? Because seemingly there are other main questline things that we have yet to do. It appears to need to happen here. Things like the armor stuff. There was at least one other thing, too, I think. So I would be surprised if, by doing this, we suddenly forced ourselves into doing whatever the heck comes after this, because still the tie between this quiet little rural town and the chaos that is happening in Vizima is not totally clear to me. It seems like this is mostly just an escape. And of course, Triss helped set up for us. You're now here.
How can I?
Could actually get some meat from you.
One thing.
Yes?
By that, I mean from our stash. Don't take that out of context. You know what I meant. We'll stash the books. The idea that we will probably resell those at some point. Okay, so we're looking for things like a whole bunch of chicken legs, basically. More or less exactly what we need. Or all the way up to 3,000 orbs now.
Stand still. Fighting your mother, Sax Dwarf.
Okay. Hey,
Geralt?
sorry to wake you up and everything, but
I
you
did
know,
what I could for Alina.
the person that you are
Alina's
going to
soul
marry,
rests in peace.
well,
Adam
is now
unfortunately committed suicide.
going off with
I've yet to figure out a way
Adam's
to help
ghost.
Selina's soul.
Thank you, Geralt. I'm devastated.
You don't
was
sound
a
like
happy
it.
man just a few days ago. Now, I don't know. I may go back to Kovia.
Anyone ask about me?
No. Yes, I almost forgot. The Fisher King. I think he wants to see you.
Thank you. I'll go see him.
Farewell.
Farewell.
Okay. You paid us 400 orens to... Well...
Who wants
help
to get slapped?
destroy / dismantle your wedding plans and kind of ruin your life? I mean, how much of a role did we really play in that, and how much that was inevitable regardless of what role we played? I don't know about that, but this is probably a good place for us to wrap up this video. A lot of very strange stuff continuing to happen, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one.